Okay guys, so today we're going to do something a little bit different. Normally you're used to me taking a car or two cars or three cars and test them on the road or telling you about the car and how special they are and whatever. What I'm going to do today is show you around our showroom and show you our stock and talk about some cars. Some are more interesting than others. Essentially everything here is for sale apart from the Pagani. So I'm more sort of enthusiastic about certain cars than what I am other cars. So if I'm not as enthusiastic about a car that you want me to be enthusiastic about, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. This is a business. We buy and sell cars. We don't fall in love with them unless it's a Pagani Huayra, and everything's for sale. So come with me whilst I show you around our fantastic stock in our fantastic showroom with fantastic me. First, let's go straight for the Ferrari LaFerrari. This is a 2013 on a 63 reg Ferrari LaFerrari. It's done 6,000 miles. We've had this car before, as we have had a lot of the cars that we've got in stock at the minute before. A lot of our business is repeat business, so cars get sold to our clients, we buy them back, they swap them for something else and just keep it moving. Also with something like this, we will sell this car and it will increase in value. So it's not hard to buy it back from the owner who's had it, done very few miles in it and had some nice profit to then go on again with another collectible car. I'm a massive fan of LaFerraris. In our last video, we done the Bugatti, the Huayra, the P1 and the LaFerrari, and I realized on that video that actually a LaFerrari is probably the best car in the world, and I love it, and I will be buying one very soon in black. Just need to find it. But anyway, this is a red LaFerrari, beautiful spec, UK registered, originally supplied to Monaco, and yeah, they've took a bit of a price hike recently. They've gone from sort of just below 2 million to sort of 2.5. This has been used, when I say used, 6,000 miles in 9 years, and this car is 2.2 million pounds. We're going to continue the Ferrari theme on for a second and head over to this 2020 Ferrari 812 GTS. Now, I love 812s, and the only thing better than an 812 is an 812 GTS. V12, naturally aspirated, front-engined, convertible Ferrari. What I love about this car in particular is the spec. It's got things like painted shields, carbon fiber everywhere. The seats are the sports seats with the yellow stripe, yellow stitching. It's only done 700 miles from new. So it's a very low mileage car. They're very sought after in demand at the moment. There might be 3 or 4 for sale in the UK, ranging from 400,000 to 500,000. This one is 440,000, middle of the road, big spec. And yeah, for me, the ultimate car for daily use. 2 seats, you can put your golf clubs in there, you can put your overnight bag in there. It's ridiculously quick, fast, usable, and it's convertible. So they're expensive, but they're expensive for a reason. The reason is they're pound for pound an incredible car. So have a look at that on the web. That's a really, really good car, and I doubt it'll be here much longer. The green machine has just come into stock. This came into stock 2 days ago, and we have been absolutely inundated with phone calls, inquiries about the price of the car, how much is the car, what's the story of the car, we want to buy the car, please sell us the car. So we have a few people very close to buying this car at the minute, so I'm glad we've got this in the video before it is actually sold, and hopefully someone might slide straight through to my DMs and buy it off this video, so let's watch out for that. It's a McLaren Senna, one of 500 cars worldwide, and I heard a rumour the other day, the colour of this is called Synergy Green, and I heard a rumour the other day to say that this is one of 2 cars finished in Synergy Green. So I don't know how true that is, but I've never seen one before, and the rumour came from McLaren, so it might be true. This car is full PPF'd, it's done 2,000 miles from new, and the Senna has some really, really cool features. One feature I love about the Senna is what they call Gorilla Glass, which is in the doors and on the roof of the car. When you're sat in the car, it's almost like you're completely 360 covered in glass. So I love this car. It's For the road, it's a very hard car. It's not a daily, it's not a usable car. This is your entry-level hypercar. Now, when people talk about hypercars, the first thing that comes to mind, or my mind, or people's mind, is it's got to be over £1 million. It's got to be a certain speed level, and it's got to be a certain amount of numbers made. Now, this hits all of those targets. Apart from the price, it's £685,000. Now, hypercars are not £685,000. They're £1 million, 1.5, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million. They're not £685,000. That's why I feel this car and Sennas in general are undervalued, underrated, and are an incredible car for the money. What you get, you cannot replicate for less than £1 million in any car. So this is definitely a future classic, and I don't think it's too much in the future classic. I think in 2 years' time, these cars will be over £1 million. So don't say I never said. Come in, I will show you the inside. The doors open in a way that a special car doors should open. They should open up, out, or backwards. Senna seats, of course, in the Senna. You have to have Senna seats in the Senna. This car has the chassis number, so there's 500 made, and this is chassis number 391. That's in the lacquer of the car. One of the very, very many special features that are on this car. Sennas can be very spec detrimental in the way of, you can have a Senna that would have cost £700,000 new, bog standard car. You can also have a Senna that would have cost £1 million new. You could put £300,000 worth of spec on a Senna. This car was an 850 spec car. So it's big spec, great color, but it hasn't got the full exposed carbon body, which you could have for an extra 150,000. So that's the only reason this car didn't cost £1 million. Everything in the car, the whole car is carbon fiber. The whole inside of the car is carbon fiber. The tub of the car is carbon fiber. The car doesn't weigh much at all. It's very quick, it's very fast. But like I say, it's not a fantastic road car for road use. It's very hard, it's very stiff. If you look at the tires, they're Sport Trafolo R tires. I mean, you know, if you're going to use this car on the road, you need to put different tires on. They're too slick. The car's very quick. It's dangerous, but you know, it's a hypercar. These are all things that, you know, you're not buying this car to go to Sainsbury's in. You're buying this car because you haven't got this monster of a car in your collection, and you want something super special that isn't £2.5 million, and it's not, and it's in the same category as cars that are. So I've got big beliefs in these cars. When they came out, they were 1.2, 1.3, they were over list. They then plummeted in value. I mean, absolutely fell through the floor. They went to, you know, 600,000, and now they're creeping back up. They're now up to 7, and they're selling quick. This car will be sold quick. It's a special color, it's a special car. UK supplied, and 2,000 miles from new. So I actually took this car out for a drive the other day. It's been a while since I drove a Senna, and yeah, they were named well. Just dangerous, edge of the seat, exhilarating, cool cars, just like the man himself. So now we're going to head over to a pair of very rare Mercedes-Benz SLSs. There's 350 worldwide SLS GT final editions. They made a coupe and a convertible. This is a right-hand drive coupe. Now this is one of 6 UK right-hand drive coupes. Very, very rare, very collectible, loads of special features on this car that is not on a standard SLS. It's got the Black Series sort of bonnet air intake, carbon bonnet, carbon rear wing, special wheels. The interior is diamond quilted and carbon fibered, and plaques to say how many they were made. And once again, a very collectible car. And what's really cool about this car is the mileage. It's done 400 miles from new. It really is an investment car. It's a car that has gone up a lot in value, which has only pushed these to go up in value. Now this is a whole different kettle of fish altogether, but this car is sold. It's not for sale. It was sold about 3 days ago to a very good friend of mine. Now these cars, listen to this, there is 50 SLS Black Series in the whole world. 50. There's 6 UK cars. There's 11 right-hand drive. That's insane. 1 of 50. These cars were not made in the Mercedes-Benz factory. These cars were made by the Mercedes-Benz racing team. It's not an SLS. It's got absolutely nothing to do with an SLS apart from it shares the same name as an SLS. But this car, I like to call this the new Carrera GT. A Carrera GT has just gone from 800,000 to 1.3 in 3 months. It's absolutely mental. It was always going to happen, and it's happened. This car is now sold. It was 700,000. This is going to have a Carrera GT effect in the next couple of years, without doubt. So I mentioned it to my friend. He came, he's in the car, he loved the car, and he tried to beat me up on the price, which he'd done. We actually spun a coin for my deal or his deal. And I'm not going to tell you who won, because that would be unfair, but I think we're both happy by the end of the day. So this car's sold. I'm not going to waste too much time on this car because I'm trying to sell everything on here at the minute, and this is not for sale, but it's such a special car. It's a great car, and this is the only right-hand drive one that we've ever had. We've had 2 or 3 left-hand drive ones, never had a right-hand drive one. So it was a pretty special car to get hold of in the first place, and even more special to sell it. So yeah, very proud of this car. Great car, love it. Once again, I'm a sucker for gull wing doors. Everyone knows that. So big fan of both of these SLSs. More so this one because it's just so different. But it's a very special car. Let's head over to this one whilst we're here. Now this has been sold about 7 minutes ago before this video started. So it's gone. It's actually going in a minute. So we've got to wrap it up and be quick. 2022 Ferrari F8 Spider. Just a great all-round car. Great all-round car. Ferrari get criticised with this car and a 488 because it's not loud enough and it's turbocharged and it's not naturally aspirated and everyone wants a 458. But the tech's really good. It's really usable. The gearbox is fantastic. The reliability is great. With Ferraris, you get a 7-year service plan and a 4-year warranty. So if someone was to buy this car, for 7 years, they don't spend a pound on any maintenance or anything. So big vote of confidence there for Ferrari. We buy and sell a lot of F8s. If you've got a similar car that you want to sell, please give us a call because we go through these like nobody's business. So great car, it's sold. Your traditional Ferrari red with cream, red stitching, just resale spec, should we say. So yep, great car, but it's gone. Another really cool Mercedes, a car that's just finding its feet and just finding its place in the market. This is a Mercedes AMG GTC 50th edition. One of only 350 cars. Slightly more power, loads of options. They came in a satin white or a satin black. This one is satin black, as you can see. Two-toned interior, sports seats, cool wheels. It's got this little like goldy chrome effect, front splitter, like it has the exhaust, very similar finish on the back. And you see these cars come up now and again, and one minute you see them and they're 120,000, the next minute you see them they're 160,000. The prices are all over the place. This car is, I think, very fairly priced. It's £110,000. It's just arrived. It's on sale, as everything is. So please head to the web for more details on this car. Really special car, and looks cool. Looks really good. Once again, a limited car. Here we have what I want to say the largest spec Ferrari SF90 in the UK, without doubt. This is an Assetto Fiorano car. The cost price of this car was just short of £530,000. Bearing in mind, a big spec Assetto Fiorano, which is the handling pack car, can list at like 475. So it's probably got £60,000 worth of additional options, including a double painted stripe, silver and yellow. The carbon fiber inside this car is just absolutely madness. The person who spec'd this car was is still a very close friend of mine. And we were at his house, we're having a few drinks. He was spec'ing the car. I remember it like it was yesterday. And we're outside and we're hitting golf balls on his lawn. And we were having bets who could hit the golf ball the furthest with like a pitching wedge. It was pitch black dark. We never had a clue which ball went the furthest. And whilst we're doing that and having a few drinks, he's spec'ing this car up. So we just ticked everything. Absolutely everything. Now, here's a selling point to this car. £530,000 new. It's done 2,900 miles. It's for sale for £410,000. That's £120,000 saving off of a new model Ferrari. It's just madness. So you got to look at that. 1,000 brake horsepower, hybrid powered, 880 horsepower off the engine, another 120 off the hybrid battery. It's just, this thing is just a machine and a half. It's just mixed with absolutely everything. Hybrid power, the technology in this car when you start it, the 3D versions is just absolutely incredible. So this is a great car. They're unloved. You know, to lose £120,000 on a retail car on a Ferrari is madness. It's not heard of. But I think they will. I think they'll have their day. I think they'll creep back up because they're done and finished now. They're delivered. They're not making any more. The model is finished. So when that normally happens, the want and the desire for them goes up, which means the price goes up. Obviously, we all know about the Pagani. We all know what that is. Various videos on this car that I've done. I'm not going to waste time talking to you about this car because it's not for sale. Ben, if you want to go around the car and do some cool shots and do whatever for the video, please do. But I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's my love. It's my pride and joy. It's my baby. And yeah, love it. Still love it. Still driving it. Still loving it. And then finally, last but not least, this has been featured in another video that we've done, the Bugatti Veyron Super Sports Sang Noir. One of 3 Sang Noir spec Super Sports. Sang Noir means black blood. The whole front of the car, as in the bonnet, the roof and the middle of the rear is all exposed carbon fiber. That costs €400,000 as an option. Yes, I know, it's mad. The car's only done 1,000 miles from new. It's a UK registered car, but it is also a VAT qualifying car, so can leave the country and you can save the VAT, pay the VAT in whatever country you want to export it to. So it's a great car for export. And I do believe this car will probably venture over to Dubai or Abu Dhabi or somewhere like that because of the collectability, the color, and the model of what it is very, very much in demand over there. Great car, finished in jet black with tangerine interior, loads of special features. That's that for the hypercar floor, if you will. Now we're going to head downstairs and have a look at some more supercars in some weird and wonderful colors and specs, and tell me what you think. Stairs, no. Now we are in what I call the Batcave, and it is very colorful, as you can see. We're greeted by a McLaren 600 LT Spider, 2019 with 11,000 miles. We've sold this car before, we bought it back recently. It's got what I like to call the all-important Senna seats because, I mean, the seats are amazing, number one, and number two, they're called Senna. So, I mean, what more do you want? It's in Napier green, loads of carbon fiber front, carbon fiber wing mirrors, carbon fiber sills, skirts, rear diffuser, carbon everything. This car is actually two-toned. So it's the Napier green, which is like triple layered, 4, 5, 6 layers of paint. And then the roof is like a grey, metallic grey color. The whole of this car is PPF'd, which is vital on a color like this, because if you've got a big whopping stone chip on the wing, it's very expensive to repaint because of the color, and it needs to go to a McLaren approved paint shop because McLaren are really helpful and they don't give paint codes out to other paint shops. So that's helpful. Thanks for that. Yeah, this car is on sale now. It's $159,950, so 160,000. It's a bargain, really. 600 LT Spider. Next, we have Porsche 992 Carrera GTS. They're good cars. You can't get new Porsches at the minute. You know, there's a big waiting list for 2022, 23 model Porsches. We're lucky we have quite a few different variations. As you say, they do so many different model types, body types, and engine types. This is a cool car, so 2022 Carrera GTS. You know, if you want to skip the year's waiting list, at least, then come here, buy this from us. It's £150,000. It's done less than 1,500 miles. And as everything in here, it's on sale now. Okay, so we have a nice pair, should I ask? It's nice pair of Mercedes AMG GTR Pros. Kind of like a London bus, as they say, these cars. You know, you don't see one for ages and all of a sudden two turn up. We haven't had a GTR Pro, oh God, for about 6 or 8 months. They're limited to 750 cars worldwide. And then all of a sudden in a week we buy 2. So yeah, this is finished in a matte silver, which is nice. It's done 4,700 miles and it's on sale now at 170,000. The car at the side of it, its sister, should we say, this car has only done 80 miles from new. 80 miles, it's delivery mileage, it's never been driven. It's a 2019 car, it's never ever been driven. So that's quite rare. And the fact that it's VAT qualifying also, so it's great for export. You could move it out the country and not have to pay UK VAT and pay it in whichever country you export it to, which is a big selling point on this car, as it is on most cars, if you can get it that way. It's very rare you can get it though. So these two are cool, only limited to 750 pieces. So somewhere else, there's 748 of them. I just need to find them. We have 2 Taycans, both 2022 cars. Look, me and electric cars don't really get on too well. I'm not a lover of electric cars. I like an engine, I like a noise, I like a V8, V12. Electric is the future, it's the way forward. I'm hanging on as long as I possibly can to not fall into the electric trap, but they're a fantastic car for business purposes and bonuses you get from the government if you buy one and use it for work. So I can see the appeal of why someone would buy one. And personally, out of all the electric cars there are on the market, Taycan is probably my favorite. I'm not a fan of Tesla. They make great cars, they make great batteries, they're just ugly and boring. Where the Taycans, they look cool and they're very futuristic. Loads of gizmos and gadgets and screens and everything. The range is a complete lie, by the way. They say 280 miles. If you put the aircon on, drive it fast and listen to the radio, you don't get anywhere near that. That's why I'm nervous about electric cars, but we sell loads of them. So yeah, keep them coming. We've got 2 for sale right now. Cross Turismo. A Cross Turismo, no, it's called a Cross Turismo Turbo and the Saloon. Now, I am a bigger fan of the Saloon than I am the Cross Turismo, but I suppose if you've got 3 kids and a dog, you should buy that. Now this is my kind of animal. I absolutely love a Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead. Love it, absolutely love it. I had one of these cars in 2007. And I just love it. Look at the size of it. It's the most obnoxious, ostentatious car that you could possibly drive, especially this color configuration as well. Black over the Andalusia white interior, black roof. Now this is a Series 2 model. So you see these lights here? Well, on Series 1, that's a round spotlight. Series 2, different lights, different grille, different sat nav, completely different car. Really, really rare. They stopped making these cars in 2016. And in 2016, Rolls-Royce said that they will never, ever, ever make another Phantom convertible or a Phantom coupe. So this is the last of the last. One of the last cars ever produced off the line, 2016. And every time we get one of these cars in, I'd say once a month, we buy a Phantom Drophead. And every single one we buy, we give more money for it and we sell it for more money the month after. These cars just going up and up and up and up and up. This car we sold recently, I gave the owner profit to sell it back to me, and it's now up for sale for more money again. It's up for sale right now for 320,000. It's the only one in the UK for sale, and I don't think we'll struggle with it. I think it will fly out the door. Someone wants one, go and buy another. You can't. Okay, here we have a Aston Martin V12 Vantage S. Very rare car. I'm not the biggest fan of Aston Martin in general, if I'm honest with you. but there's a massive cult following for a V12 Vantage, especially an S. This is finished in a color called Yellow Tang Metallic. One of 10 cars finished in Yellow Tang Metallic. It's got the proper seats, call them the proper seats, sport seats, sport shift gearbox. It's a 2014 with 11,000 miles. Once again, this car's full PPF'd. Most of the cars have got this PPF film on. It's very, 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 very important on special colors like this. You know, when this car came in, it came in yesterday. The spare key was wrapped up in tissue paper. The guy who we bought it from, in the history file of the car, he printed all the Wikipedia facts of a V12 Vantage S off and put it in the file, and there's pictures of the car. There was the new catalogue when the car was new, launched from Aston Martin. I mean, it literally is like the day it came out of the factory. The previous owner of this car was just absolutely way over the top, which is what we love, because it saves us from doing any prep work in order to sell it to the new owner who wants as close as possible to new. This car is on sale now at £95,000. It's very rare colour, very rare engine, and once again, because of the way the emissions are going and cars are turbocharged and hybrid, you know, a naturally aspirated V12 Vantage is only going one way. So it's, once again, I'd like to call it an investment car. Not every investment car needs to be a classic car. Not every investment car needs to be a 60s Ferrari or a 70s Porsche. You know, they could be a 2014 Vantage S V12. All very collectible. This brand new Carrera 4 GTS Targa manual, 7 gears. You're forever changing gears in this car. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 7, 3, 4, 5, of course, all day. But a great driving car. It's got a sports exhaust. Sounds amazing when you're going through the gears. Porsche made the best gearbox, automatic F1 box called PDK. It's the greatest gearbox to ever be put in a car, in my opinion. But like everything Porsche does, they do it so well, it almost becomes boring. You know, you can drive a new Porsche Turbo S, one of the fastest cars in the world, 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, and it can be quite boring. Stick a manual box in a Porsche. It's a good car, good driving car. It's fun. And I love the Targa because I don't really put the roof down in cars because you get a lot of wind and a lot of friction and stuff. In a Targa, windows up, it's just a very small part of the roof, but you still get the feeling as the roof's off, you can hear all the noises of the car. So in a Porsche, my favorite body variant is a Targa. It's a shame they don't make a Targa GT3 manual, because that would be incredible. But yeah, speed yellow, no, racing yellow, manual box, massive spec, front lift, sports exhaust, RS Spider wheels, absolutely everything. Big spec, 2022, it's done 1,200 mile, once again, on sale now, 170,000. So now I'm going to take you over to a very collectible investment car. I can't believe no one's bought this yet, and it's your fault you haven't bought it. I bought it, and it's only going one way up in value, so come with me. This is an Alfa Romeo 8C Spider, one of 500 in the world. Okay, that's pretty impressive. This is a UK supplied 8C Spider, one of only 30. That's even more impressive. This is a delivery mileage, UK supplied Alfa Romeo 8C Spider in Competizione red. I'm sorry, someone needs to buy this right now, because I'm only going to put the price up, and then I'm going to put it up again. And then I'm going to continue to put the price up because it's too cheap. This car's £250,000. The car nearly cost this new in 2013. So it's 9 years old and it's nearly new price, and it's delivery mileage, and it's one of 500. They're all made. It's a naturally aspirated V8 that's a concoction of a Maserati and a Ferrari all in one with an Alfa Romeo badge. It looks beautiful. It's a great color. I love these cars. I like them in coupes and in Spiders. I have no preference. They made 500 coupes, 500 roadsters, Spiders. Limited with colors. They made black, white, Competizione red, yellow. Yellow's quite rare. We've only ever had one yellow coupe. So there wasn't like a massive array of colors, but that's like, you know, that's the color. Competition only red. So that's a good car. People call me up and they say, Carl, what have you got around that I can stick some money into and it's only going to go up in value? The first thing I mention to them is that car. The reason it hasn't sold yet is not many people understand them and know what it is. They don't understand, like, what is it, an Alfa Romeo? Well, actually, no, it's a Ferrari with an Alfa Romeo body and badge. You get them serviced at Ferrari. It's basically a Ferrari. It's a 1 of 500 V8 naturally aspirated Ferrari that pops, bangs, whistles. It's fantastic. It's great fun. Unfortunately, whoever buys that car won't get the full benefit. They will financially, but they won't get the real benefit because it's done 70 miles. So you're not going to drive it. But it looks nice in the showroom. So yep, that's a good investment car. Ferrari F12. This is a late one, late 2016. They stopped making them in 17, late 2016. These cars have come down to a price where they're really good value for money. An 812 is £100,000 more money than this car. And is it a better car? Yeah, probably is a better car, but it's not £100,000 better car. This is still a real beast, a monster of a car. 700 brake horsepower, V12, naturally aspirated. Just an awesome, awesome car. Great spec and good value for money. This is on sale now at $199,950. So 200,000. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those cars, when it came on offer to us, you know, I literally jumped through hoops to buy it because, you know, you get offered 2013 cars with 25,000 miles, you get offered 2014 cars. You don't get offered 2016 cars. You don't get offered them with 6,000 miles. You don't get offered them with carbon bucket seats with the Italian stripe down them and the nice diamond cut alloys. So it's got all the boxes ticked, everything going for it. So yeah, good. I call that's good stock. I like that car. Here we have a 2014 Ferrari 458 Italia in Rosso Scuderia. So you'll notice Rosso Corsa. We haven't got a Rosso Corsa car down here. Rosso Corsa is a darker red than this red. This is more of an orangey red. The Scuderia, Rosso Scuderia was the color that the F1 car was raced in 2000 and, I'm gonna say 2007, 2008. So this color is like, it's now a premium color in a Ferrari. It's loved more than the Rosso Corsa. Red cream, low mileage, 8,000 miles. Once again, side shields, nice wheels, electric seats, sat nav, carbon front splitter. It's, you know, it's great spec, it's great stock. So things like that, we buy and sell stuff like this in the F12 literally every single day. So these type of cars are the things that in and out every single day. So yeah, once again, good stock. This car's for sale for £167,000, and as everything that I'm showing you on this video, if Ben edits it in time, is on the website and it is for sale, and you can see more details for everything on there at the time. This just come into stock. This is a Porsche 991.2 Turbo S exclusive series. One of 500 cars, one of 29 cars to the UK. Right-hand drive in golden yellow. This is the launch color. As you can see on this car, it's got a stripe that goes all the way through. Now, the stripe is actually carbon fiber. The whole bonnet is carbon fiber. And they took the lacquer off this area, left it exposed. The roof, as you can see as well, this is not just a Turbo S with, you know, a carbon fiber stripe and some funky wheels. Look at the shape of the roof. This is a completely different shape. It's got the bubble in the roof. It's got the aero kit. The interior of the car is locked. But it's got a golden stripe down the seats, carbon fiber everywhere. Even the carbon fiber inside the car has a golden weave that goes through the carbon fiber. So it's a very, very, very special car. This has only done 100 miles from new. It's 2018, 4 years old, full service history, but only 100 miles from new. Once again, a very, very collectible car for those Porsche collectors who want a missing piece in their puzzle. It's very rare Porsche do a limited edition special series on a turbo or a Turbo S. The last one that I can remember before this was a Porsche 930. They'd done an LE, which was more brake horsepower. Like this car's got more brake horsepower and a few different quirky exterior functions like this car has. So, you know, they missed the 993, the 996, the 997, the 991.1. So it's been a long time since they've done a special series on a Turbo S, and they haven't done one since, and this is the only one really. So yeah, good investment opportunity as well on this car. Investment Porsches seem to be very, very expensive. You look at Carrera GTs, 918 Spiders, you look at 993 GT2s, you even look at, let's say, a sports classic, a 997 sports classic. You know, they're £500,000, they're £400,000 or £500,000. They're really expensive. This, I feel, has got more room to go. Very low numbers made, and it's 280,000 with 100 miles from new. Park it in your garage, pack it away, put a sheet over it, bring it out in 5 years, and thank me later. Let's go upstairs to the classic floor. Right, so this is the top floor. This is where we predominantly keep our classic cars, but there's a bit of a mixture up here at the minute because we're rammed with stock and we don't know where to put what. So first, let's start with this very, very rare Porsche 930 Turbo 3.3 Cabriolet. Very few of these. The good thing about this car is it's done 12,000 miles from new. This car's actually sold. We sold this last week. The customer hasn't seen it yet. Obviously hasn't picked it up, hasn't seen it. Next in line is a 2018 Porsche GT2 RS Weissach. Left-hand drive car, EU supplied to Finland new, only done 500 miles from new. It's finished in GT silver with red Alcantara and leather interior. Obviously the full Weissach carbon fiber features on the roof, on the bonnet, on the back. 500 miles from new. It's a very collectible car. Rumours were there are about 1,000 GT2 RSs made, both in left-hand drive and right-hand drive combined. So, you know, it's quite a rare car, and they do very well in the market at the minute. Right, next in store, one of my favourites. This is a Ferrari 575 Superamerica. Now, only 500 of these cars ever made. Around 50 right-hand drive to the UK. This has only done 6,000 miles from new. Finished in Grigio Silverstone with black interior. Phenomenal service history this car has. A real investment opportunity for somebody. If you looked at front engine V12 convertible Ferraris, the model that took over from this was a 599 SA Aperta. That's £1.2 million. The model before this, the 550 Barchetta, that's up at around £400,000. This is sitting at below £300,000. It's got to increase in value. It will increase in value. And I think if you watch this video back in 12 or 18 months' time, you'll go, should have bought that car. So don't miss out. This is just sitting here like, oh, don't mind me. I'm just going to sit here by myself. 1960 Ferrari Pininfarina Spider. This car was originally supplied to Iraq in 1960. It's had a full nut and bolt restoration. Engine, actually, I'm going to show you the engine. I need to show you how nice this is. Have a gander at that. Like the day it was new. Probably better than the day it was new. Once again, looking at the history of these Ferrari 250 convertibles, you know, the big brother to this car was a Ferrari 250 California Spider. God, they're anywhere between 8 million and 11 million pounds. This is a tenth of the price. This is, you know, this is 1.3 million pounds. So once again, it's overlooked in terms of value, but I think it will have its day. It's just when. But yeah, good car. For me, a 1960 car, there's a big difference between a 70s car and a 60s car. A 60s car, Ferrari, the 250 family is the most iconic model brand that there possibly is. For me, they're a bit old. I like a mid-70s car as a classic car because they're a bit more usable. But you know, these are cool, they're nice, but it's a showpiece. It's a showpiece. Next we have, to add to our 930 Porsche collection, is a 930 Turbo. But this is a 3 litre. This is a very early car. 1970. 3 litre 930 Turbo. Left-hand drive. These are very rare. So whether it's left-hand drive or right-hand drive, you've just got to get what you get. You know, it's very hard to specifically say, I want a right-hand drive one, because there's none around. There's no 3 litres around anyway. So this is a nice car. It's a cool colour. I think it's called Minerva Blue. Tan interior. Perfect condition. These are nice cars. I'm a big fan of a 930. A 930 is really, really usable, whether it be a 3 litre or a 3.3. This is a daily, everyday car, 4 gears. They say in second gear you can do 100 miles an hour. That's how long the gear ratio is. So that's a cool car. Next in line, I've got to be honest with you, not really one of my favourite cars. I like an E-Type. I don't really like a fixed head, which is what this is. This is a Series 2, which for me is one of the most undesirable variants of an E-Type. It's a bit middle of the road. The early cars are Series 1, 3.8s were cool. Then you went into Series 3, which I loved and hated, but they're a big engine V12 5 litre. This is a 4.2. It's a fixed head, but it's a good value for money, you know, classic car. That's very iconic, inbred. You know, you want to pretend you're Austin Powers and drive up and down in an E-Type at a price that's not, you know, ridiculous. This is your car. You know, it's £80,000. You can't buy much of a good E-Type for £80,000. Wouldn't be my choice, but it's for somebody. Next we have a very, very good car. I recently took this car to Salon Privé. This is a Porsche 930 Turbo, once again, but a 3.3 version, 4-speed, in zinc silver, a very, very, very rare color. It's done 56,000 miles from new, and you know, we've just sold a Guards Red one of these. We've sold a Porsche Turbo Targa, which has done a lot more miles than this. We've just sold the 930 Turbo convertible, and this has not found a new home yet, although I don't think it will be long. We're hanging out on this car at the price. We're very strict on the price, but because it's such a fantastic example. It's got a history file like this, 56,000 miles. It's in a very rare color, sunroof. Really, really good car. Don't really care if we sell this, if I'm honest with you. I like looking at it. So that's one of my, a 930 Turbo is one of my favorite classic cars. Now, who remembers the Persuaders? Roger Moore, Tony Christie. Here we are, the Aston Martin DBS V8 from the 70s, from the program. This actual one isn't the one from the program, but this is the original color. And they say there were 2 UK cars in this color. One was the car which was BS1, which was in the show, and this one. This car's been totally nut and bolt restored, absolutely as new. From the day it left the factory, this car's never looked any better. And like I say, you're buying into the brand, you're buying into the history of what this car is. DBSs were never loved when they came out, but that show, that program, Roger Moore driving the car, it made it famous. It's kind of like Miami Vice and a Testarossa. So these have gone up quite a lot in value recently, and especially for a car of this ilk with totally restored in this color, you know, this is not going to be here for very long, I don't think. But would you drive it? Well, not sure. So guys, that completes our video of the tour of our stock, shall we say. We do have more stock and more stuff going on out of the showroom that's in our other showroom, but it's getting prepped or it's sold or it's not ready to go for sale yet. So I can't really show you a behind the scenes, but maybe I will show you a behind the scenes on our next video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please click the subscribe button and hit the like. Thank you.